Now that the holiday season has come and gone, a lot of families are beginning to have conversations about helping their moms and dads downsize from a house that's too big for them now and consider moving into independent living. So if you're having that conversation within your family, our next guest would love to welcome you into hers. Blaze Betts is here with Hickory Valley Retirement Community. So nice to see you.
So nice to see you, Julie.
I would imagine that January is a very busy month in your world because that's happened. The holiday season brings an awful lot of kind of awareness, I guess.
It does, definitely. Family members are going to see their loved ones and seeing how they're doing, if they're needing any assistance with meals or medications. So typically around January, it is a very busy time for senior living.
So y'all are prepared in more ways than one. So for one thing, always you're happy to give tours, scheduled or not.
Absolutely. You can just walk in. We're always happy to give a tour. A good thing about senior living, a lot of times people don't know if they need independent, assisted living, or kind of what that looks like. So we're here to help them with that process.
Okay, that does become a conversation you have because some communities are specifically one or another. So at Hickory Valley, can you do kind of a hybrid?
Absolutely. So something a little bit unique about Hickory Valley is we have a la carte services. So yes, we offer both independent and assisted living. We also have the Independent Living Plus. So our goal is just to keep our residents as independent as possible for as long as possible. And sometimes you see people come in where maybe they need assistance with showers. Other than that, they really don't need anything.
You know, I was talking with somebody the other day about Hickory Valley. It came up, and one of the things that we both were saying is how it's an older building, right? It's like, I don't know how old it is, but that was part of the charm of it. Because if you're coming in and you're in your 80s, let's just say, it automatically kind of feels like home a little bit.
Yes.
It's not overly done. But all you ever see when you're there are people talking and laughing.
Yes, residents love it there. I'll be giving tours and walking by, and the residents will be saying, "You'll love it here, come on in, move in." So
yeah,
the residents really are happy. It's a wonderful environment.
It's a very social place. It doesn't have to be, but it seems to just kind of happen. It's not that everything are these scheduled activities. People just kind of get out.
Definitely they do. We have scheduled activities, and we also have residents that just like to hang out in our common areas. The residents are so good if we have a new move-in introducing themselves. It can be an overwhelming transition if you're in your home for several years transitioning to a community. So our community does a really good job of making that process as smooth as possible.
You also try to sometimes create ways that people can come in and see what you're doing there without it being an obvious tour. So y'all kind of will hold events. You have one coming up, right?
We have an estate planning seminar on January 22nd at 2 p.m. with attorney John Rexford. Whether you're 3 months out for making a move or 3 years, it's good to be prepared and follow those steps.
So with this time of year, it's great that people might be thinking about doing this. That doesn't always mean that the availability is there for you. You do have different sizes of apartments, right?
We have 7 different floor plans to choose from. 7. There's a lot to choose from, and we do have very limited availability right now. So it's a great time to come out, whether you're 3 months away or 3 years away. It's a great time to come out.
Some of the ones that you do have in those 7 floor plans, I think, are 2 bedrooms.
We do have 2 bedrooms, yes.
So if you're coming as a couple, and maybe one spouse needs some assistance, the other spouse is still independent, that can be a good way to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. If that one spouse needs 1 or 2 added services as opposed to that all-inclusive care that they receive in assisted living.
What all does the all-inclusive cover? Like, how many meals do you get?
So both in independent and assisted living, 3 meals a day are included. Yes, and the food is delicious. We always encourage our tours to come out and have a meal with us. I know I have lunch there quite frequently, but you got to try the food.
Where you're located, I think, is also beneficial because it's pretty centrally located there in East Brainerd, but you're close to all the interstates and the hospitals.
It's a great location, and transportation is provided Monday through Friday to doctor's visits, so that can be kind of a congested area, so it's nice to have transportation provided.
You mentioned the different ages of residents that you have and kind of the benefit that you find people discover when they move in. I never can believe this when y'all will tell me, you and Katie, when you're here, but don't you have one resident who's over 100?
She's 104. She's in our independent living, and she's doing wonderful.
She's an independent living.
Independent living.
You haven't been there that long, so I might be setting you up with a question you can't answer. But when COVID was going on and everything was shut down, it seems like someone there at Hickory Valley turned 100 and there was a real big party to
Yes.
celebrate. And I wonder if that was her. It might have been her.
She was one of them. I believe it was a party, and there were 3 residents that were in the 100 Club now, so there was a big party for everybody.
That's really great. So if you want to take part in the estate planning session on the 22nd, do you ask people to sign up?
You don't have to RSVP. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out, but we're more than happy to have people just show up.
Okay, so here's the information where you can reach out to Blaze and the team there at Hickory Valley. They're on Ballard Drive in East Brainerd. You're always welcome to call 855-0508. Check out more online at hickoryvalleyretirement.com. They're independent and assisted living. It's a kind of a 30-day contract, if you will, so kind of month to month as your life changes, and then you can go if you want to make an appointment or just pop in. They'd love to give you a tour. Have fun having lunch.